Hello everyone, it's Raza Van Werder from the University of Mother God Church, talking about my early life. I'm going to jump into another area of something that happened when I lived in California when I was about 20 or 21. I can't remember the exact date, but it was a miracle. I want to talk about a miracle that God did for me to save my life and the life of a few other people. One time I had to do an errand to the area where I lived in California. I lived in California from the age of 16 to 26. It was almost 10 years. It was 9.5 years or something, Okay, so I was living in Pacific Palisades. And there was one day I had something to do there. I was working at a club. I think it was the Classic Cat. And I had a girlfriend there who was working with me. And she had a car, and my car was then being repaired. It was, I didn't have a car. I asked her if I could borrow her car, and she said to me, yes, you can borrow it, but the brakes aren't that good. So, be careful. And I said, okay. So, I took a break from the job where there was, an afternoon break from working, and I went with this car to Pacific Palisades. And before I had to leave and go back to work in Hollywood, I stopped at a gas station, and I didn't know anything then. I was a kid. What did a kid know? So I go in a gas station, and I ask the guy, he's just a he's just a station attendant. He's not a mechanic. But I thought all guys know everything about cars. That's how ignorant and naive I was. So I go, could you check the brakes and tell me if they're okay? So I don't remember what he does, but he does something, and he goes, they seem to be okay. They're okay. Okay, all right. Now, of course they weren't okay, but he didn't know if they were okay. To check the brakes, you got to put the car up there, up in the air, and you got to go under it and check the brakes. You understand me? That's how it's got to be done. Salute to your health. I sveikata. Sveikas, healthy. I sveikata, to your health. Lithuania. All right. Now, right past the gas station is a small street called CHATAUQUA, CHATAUQUA Boulevard. It's a small street, very steep, and it goes down into Pacific Coast Highway and Santa Monica Boulevard this way, Pacific Coast Highway and Chautauqua Boulevard going down, and past Pacific Coast Highway is the ocean, Pacific Ocean. There's a big beach and Pacific Ocean. On the left, there's this liquor store. There's these chain link fences around Pacific Coast Highway on both sides in front of the liquor store. Tall, like 8-foot chain link fences. Or at least one. I don't remember if there was one or two. I can't remember. But there was one between Pacific Coast Highway and the liquor store. There was at least one that I recall. This is a long time ago. So anyway, so I'm going down. In order to get back to Hollywood, I have to go down up Pacific Coast Highway to the Hollywood area. So I'm going down Chautauqua Boulevard. And as I'm going down, I want to slow myself down a bit because it's very steep. And the brakes don't work. They do not work. I remember trying to steer myself into a driveway, because there was a driveway there, but something happened and it didn't work. I don't remember why, but it didn't work. As I'm barreling down with no brakes, the traffic has stopped for a red light. A lot of cars all lined up for a red light. I come barreling down, and I remember I had no fear. Something comes over me when there is a extreme danger. It's like the Holy Spirit of God or an angel or something takes me over, and I lose all my fear, and I have total faith that nothing would happen. I come barreling down to an intersection where everybody stopped for a red light with no brakes. Suddenly the light changes, all the cars move, I come barreling right through the light. It's a green light for me now. Come barreling through the light, go left, knock down the chain link fence on the left, stop in the parking lot of this liquor store right there on the left, hit a cement wall, and it's a little bit of a bump, but it's not terrible because I just knocked down a chain link fence that slowed me down. And there's a little bit of an impact, but not enough for any injury or nothing. I think I bumped against the wheel, but I didn't have any type of injury. Everybody runs out of the liquor store. I said, I'm fine. They're stunned. They call the police. A police officer comes, and believe it or not, he arrests me because there was a jaywalking ticket out on me. And he arrests me and takes me somewhere, and they take the car, or, you know, I don't remember like what happens. But the point is that God saved me, and not only me, but God later, a couple years later or whatever, years later, I had a dream, and God told me, had you gone down there when the cars were still there, you would have hit somebody. It would have meant the life or crippling a family, and there was a baby in a stroller, and a parents, you know, it was a family with a baby in a stroller. They would have got hit. They would have either been killed or crippled or something. I don't know what would have happened to me. God is a God of miracles, and God has done many miracles for me. Many miracles for me to save my life. My life has been threatened many times. Many times. But God did not let me die or get crippled or hurt badly. God is a good God. Keep your faith and your hope and your love in God. And God will always do miracles. God will do miracles for you to protect you. That happened in California. To be continued.